Welcome back to my whiskey pick of the week. You know I'm Eric the Whiskey Guy, and as always, as usual, and as expected, am I bringing you a treat this week? This week is no different. Hopefully, this one is up there. Hopefully, my fingers are crossed. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we're going to be trying the WhistlePig PiggyBack 6-year American Bourbon, and I am excited for this one. Now, I've been seeing this bottle, been seeing the brand for some years now, and at first I thought with a name like WhistlePig, I thought it had to be a Scotch or like Irish whiskey. It got to be with a name like WhistlePig because you know in Scotland they got the monkey shoulder brand. In Ireland they got the Whistler, and I guess America said hold my beer, we coming out with the whole WhistlePig. Nah, but all jokes aside, this is an intriguing brand. It's an intriguing bottle. It got a nice little backstory behind it, and they've been around since around the early 2000s. I want to say like 2007, and I believe when they first came out, they probably thought that their biggest competition would probably be like a Knob Creek or like somebody on that level. It comes to find out that you kind of got to start putting the WhistlePig brand in the same conversations that you would with a Kentucky Owl, or even like a little book, or you know, a lot of bottles that I don't have. Let's just put it like that. So this may be a gem waiting to be open. Now the WhistlePig, this one, I would say if the brand was this is the small batch. So the PiggyBack, the small batch, you know, obviously that's kind of like your entry level, but it's not your typical entry level. It's a 100 proof. The average range is about $50, and that's just getting your foot in the door. So if WhistlePig was Lexus, the PiggyBack would be the IS. Now, there's nothing wrong with the IS. Like, if you went on the lot and your goal was to leave in a Lexus, you can say mission accomplished. So that just kind of lets you know the type of ranges that they have from their entry level all the way up to the premium, deluxe, everything loaded, etc. So I'm excited to get in this one. So without further ado, I'm gonna just crack this bad boy open, see what we got. Oh yeah, this is potent, I can tell already. Now a little interesting story about the WhistlePig. The distillery is based in Vermont. So that kind of lets you know they got some big money backing them. If you can build a distillery in Vermont, when they first started, they got their, it smells good. They got their whiskey, because they started with rye. They got their whiskey sourced from Alberta Premium, which is one of my favorite Canadian whiskeys on the market. So WhistlePig, they did really good, because as we know, like in certain situations, when you trying to get a distillery to sell you a multitude of barrels, it's kind of like hit or miss. Like if you go to Jim Beam ain't giving you, he's not giving you the Basil Hayden batch. You gonna be down there, you know, like, I'm not even gonna say they not even gonna give you the old Granddad 114. They gonna give you a batch of a name that you didn't even know they sold. The Kentucky straight sewer bourbon, like the bottom shelf, like the stuff you can buy at gas stations. So they lucked out going with probably one of the best distilleries in Canada. Well, in my opinion so far. and it got a bourbon, a nice bourbon smell to it, but you can still tell that it got a little Canadian in it too. Oh, that's smooth. This is like, and I've said this before in a couple videos, like sometimes I try to expect like a scotch, like smooth like scotch, but still pack a punch like Irish whiskey or like straight Kentucky bourbon. And this is probably the closest thing that I got to it from a small batch. So this is really good, but this is one of those ones that you got to know your lane with this one. You can't, like, if you fall in love with WhistlePig, trying to go down that WhistlePig journey and try all the bottles, you end up bankrupt. This is the $50 bottle. I've seen bottles getting to the thousands, and I'm not talking like secondhand market. I'm talking about like at Total Wine. I believe Total Wine had a $1,000 bottle. The average cost is probably about $250. So this can be a little, you gotta know what lane you want to be in, because like right now, like none of them, like I couldn't go to the bar and just order WhistlePig 12 year or 15 year all day. No. So you kind of gotta know your lane. But if you wanna just have one, a nice one, I would definitely say recommend this one. And then if you feel froggy, then you start making that journey. But I'm probably not gonna go too far on this journey, just because the price is up there. Like one day, with hard work and dedication, I may be able to get a 15 1 year, a little. And they got a rye. I think they got like a 21 year rye. The Boss Hog. They got some ones that's up there. So their arsenal is complete. Like when I say Lexus, I'm talking they definitely got them. So I'm gonna sit back and enjoy this. It kind of smell like a little pecan smell to it, which just adds to the flavor. I'm pretty sure it's probably not in it, but that's what I got out of that sniff right there. But yeah, if you have not tried the WhistlePig, I highly recommend it. For a small batch, I give the PiggyBack, I'm gonna give it a clean 8.5. It checks all the boxes, and it's not your typical small batch. Normally a small batch, they only age that anywhere from 2 to 4 years, usually. Obviously, they're very proud that they let it sit for 2 more at the 6 year mark, which you can kind of tell in the taste and the flavor and the smell. So I highly recommend, if you have not tried the WhistlePig, get your hands on the PiggyBack 6, and then, like I said, work your way up. But hey man, this is my pick of the week. We're gonna do it all again next week, and I'm gonna enjoy this sip.